Welcome to Patriot Justice! I'm Flagman2611, and this week's fight for Patriot Justice is for organized religion. I don't know if you guys were watching Fox News on Christmas Eve, but I was. Here's a clip.
Well, a brand new study on faith to share with you this Christmas Eve, and it has some very interesting findings. Chief among them that people with no religious affiliation are now the third largest group in the world, coming in just after Christians and Muslims.
People are just walking right out of church! Why are they doing this? Fox found two people to talk to, and because they're fair and balanced, they skipped talking to any of those garbage atheists. To talk about people leaving organized religion, they found a minister and a rabbi. And
Rabbi, I'll begin with you.
Well, it is surprising, it's very worrisome, but you know, for many people, especially those that are secular, they've adopted a new religion, and it's called liberalism. Left liberalism is providing them an outlook, an attitude towards life, and it's not necessarily sourced in our judeo-christian ethos. The nation needs an identity, it needs a morality. Our identity has always come from the Old and New Testament, the judeo-christian ethos, and morality is always best when it is based on God's word. Otherwise, morality can slide into moral relativism.
This guy gets it. America is a Christian country. If you're not a good Christian, you're not a good American. That's just math. Yes, our country is ruled by the people. But those people have to agree with the Christians. It's our identity. Identity. It's all these people who are trying to give rights to gays and birth control pills to women who are messing up that identity. It's worked for 230 years. It doesn't need to change. Religion has never been wrong. Morality is always best when it's based on God's word. People have forgotten this. Billions of them, apparently. People think it's so cool just walking around talking about justice. Be kind to people. Some things are good and some things are bad, but we don't need a book to tell us which is which. Yes, you do. There are some groups of people you're just supposed to hate. It's not their fault. It's not our fault. God said it. We don't have a choice. You can't just have a system where people are moral for no reason. Your system isn't any good unless people are constantly threatened with eternal damnation. Okay, Minister, your turn.
Well, I would say, as a final word, you know, this tragedy in Connecticut is proof of, I believe, what happens when we don't have that foundation that the rabbi talked about. I was debating the leader of the American Atheist Association, and I said, you know, the fact that evil occurs and you care about it proves the existence of God.
Checkmate! This is how every debate with an atheist should go. Does it bother you when kids get shot? Well, then I guess God exists, doesn't it? Ha ha! Got him! The only thing that makes us like good things and not like bad things is God telling us to. God hates evil. Just look at the Connecticut shooting. Sure, he let 20 kids get killed, but he told us not to like that. That kid shot everybody because he wasn't listening to God. He was probably an atheist, which means he wasn't scared about going to hell. It's like my mom used to say, if you're always scared of going to hell, nothing bad ever happens. Look at this thing I printed from the New York Times. Here it is. This is true. Scientists found this. Look, on the bottom, you have how much religion a person has. On the side, it's how good they are. No religion, no good. Lots of religion, always good. So, you know, up here you got somebody like Joel Osteen, even his teeth look sacred. Then, you know, you get a little further down, there's, you know, Jesus, obviously. Then, toward the middle, you got people who are pretty religious, pretty good. People like Regis Philbin, may he rest in peace. And toward the bottom here, you got people like, you know, Hitler. Roman Catholic, which is a plus, and he did some good stuff for the German economy, but, you know, he could have been better, again, because he wasn't religious enough. Then at the very bottom, you got people with no religion, people who are no good. You got atheists like Jeffrey Dahmer and the Dalai Lama, just a bunch of messes. So how do we fix this? How do we get patriot justice for these churches? It seems pretty simple. Make everyone a Christian. By letting atheists run around believing other things, it's keeping good Christians from doing their job, which is to tell other people how to live. There's nothing wrong with religion, if you ask the people who don't think there's anything wrong with religion, and those are the only people who matter. Until next week, folks, keep fighting for Patriot justice.